Smokin Aces synopsis. When a Las Vegas performer turned snitch named Buddy Israel decides to turn state's evidence and testify against the mob, it seems that a whole lot of people would like to make sure he's no longer breathing. Wow, 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 wow. Man, ladies, just wow. A very warm welcome to my new movie review for Smokin Aces. This movie review is a massive thank you to Craig Stevenson for recommending Smokin Aces. It's directed by Joe Cunningham and it's rated a very hard R18 plus. The duration is 1 incredible hour and 49 amazing minutes. It's a hardcore action crime drama. It was released here in Australia in 2007, so this actually makes it 13 years old. Now, strap in nice and tight because this cast is literally, besides the movie Avengers Endgame, this cast lineup is massive. So simply because of the number of A-list actors, I'm actually not going to tell you guys who the characters are. I'm just going to tell you who the actors' names are. So here we go. Ryan Reynolds, Ray Liotta, Joseph Raskins, Alex Rocco, Wayne Newton, Jeremy Piven, Ben Affleck, Peter Berg, Martin Henderson, Common, Christopher Michael Holley, Andy Garcia, Mike Forkow, Joe Drago, Jeff Burstead, Alicia Keys, TaraJiP.Henson, Nest O'Carbonell, Chris Pine, Kevin Durand, Maurice Sterling, George Fisher, Tony Flanagan, Curtis Armstrong, Vladimir Killage, Janet Edwards, Joel Edgerton, David Prouvel, Jason Bateman, and more. Wow. Thank you so much for sticking me through with me on that. So the marketing for Smokin Aces must have been really small because of the cast lineup, because it flew straight under my cinematic radar. Seriously, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm genuinely really annoyed that I've only just discovered this movie. Seriously, talk about a movie with rewatchability, guys. This movie really is just a taste of how incredible this movie is. This movie is so incredibly brilliant that I watched it, I went to bed, and then I just wanted to rewatch it all over again. Seriously, there are so many moments of this movie that had me curling up in a ball because I could see something ridiculously crazy coming. The scene with Ryan Reynolds interrogating the front desk man in the middle of the casino lobby, I literally had to pause the movie because I was laughing that hard. I was crying. And the editing in this movie in Smokin Aces is absolutely perfection. I didn't even realize that the guy with the Adidas jumpsuit was Joel Edgerton. Seriously, I had no idea. Okay, so there's a little boy in this film, okay, and the reason why I didn't mention him in the cast, because his role in the film is so small, but I have to mention him because what they don't do to him in this film really surprised me in this movie. I'm talking about Zach Common, who plays Zach Warren. Oh my gosh, you guys, that finger scene with the guy is so ridiculous. Like, the pacing of this film, literally, seriously, I'm not even kidding you, never ever stops. Like, there's scenes and moments in this film, guys, that you're watching it and you literally are just like, you're sitting there and you're like, did that just seriously happen? Like, the director of this film knew exactly what he was doing. Literally knew exactly what he was doing. I'm going to tell you something in the trivia of this movie review about Joel Edgerton, okay? Chris Pine, I think it is. And I kid you not, it's actually a quote from Ben Affleck. And it just really comes to show you that this movie, seriously, it is a mammoth, just what the heck cast of collective brilliance in every level imaginable. I cannot tell you or express to you how much this movie blew my mind. Now, earlier I just spoke about rewatchability, guys, and what I'm going to say about this movie, guys, in terms of rewatchability, because in my personal humble opinion, genuinely, authentically, I really, 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 really feel that this movie stands the test of time. The pacing, the intensity, the comical elements, and I'm going to talk to you, speaking of comical elements, I'm actually going to tell you in the trivia again about the van scene at the start of the film. Guys, I can't even begin to express to you enough how blown away I was with this movie. How incredibly, intensely, just the wow factor behind this movie. It is so incredibly, oh my gosh. For anyone who's been following me for any period of time, I do not do spoilers in my reviews. I do not do spoilers in my reviews because in my opinion, I don't care when you saw the movie. I don't care how old the movie is. There's people out here like me. I didn't even know this movie existed. This movie is 13 years old. I'm genuinely, as I said, guys, I really am authentically annoyed that this flew under my cinematic radar. Seriously. Because it is that good. I mean, it is that good. If this had a cinematic run, I knew nothing about it at all. And I'm really genuinely, authentically, I'm just gutted about it. I really am. If you love hardcore hitting comedy, if you love action that just explodes in your face, if you love scenes that just pop up at you and then all of a sudden something gross is in your face, like that hand scene. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. The finger scene. And for those of you who have seen the movie, that I literally, that for me was like, I literally was crawled up in a ball. I literally was like, it was just, there's so much elemental moments to this movie that just get your brain going like, what is happening right now? What is going on? I kid you not. I kid you not, guys. Far out. If you have not treated your I was going to say your audible ears, your ears and your eyes with Smokin Aces, I kid you not. I kid you not. You are going to be in for the best ride. You're literally going to be just like, what am I watching right now? One of the characters in this movie, I'm going to talk about Joel Edgerton in a second, but one of the other characters in this movie, Chris Pine, I kid you not, I am not joking at all. Man, talk about, and for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, character chemistry. That is one of the things, it's one of the things besides storyline, because obviously if a storyline is weak, then a movie gets really boring. You switch off, do you know what I mean? But a movie like this, are you kidding me? The character chemistry literally I physically felt like moments in this movie, beside the fact that I was almost crawled up in a ball, had me just at the edge of my seat, because I was just like, I just couldn't believe how well executed it was. Like, oh my gosh. And the elevator scenes, what? Like, talking about like standing the test of time in cinema. I honestly, I think to myself when I watch a movie like this, guys, I think to myself, like, when is Hollywood going to make more of this? Like, seriously, don't get me wrong, I love CGI. I love CGI. CGI done right is brilliant. It's incredible, it's amazing. But practical effects when things you can see that stuff is blowing up in these stuntmen's faces, man, you just can't beat that. You just can't. You can't beat that element of just the awe factor of cinema. Like, this movie is amazing. Now, I want to talk to you seriously. Now, the reason why, again, Craig Stevenson, I really value, genuinely, man, thank you so much for recommending this movie. Thank you for telling me about this movie, because I had no idea about it. The reason why we actually spoke about this movie in the first place, guys, is actually because of Joel Edgerton. We were talking about how amazingly ridiculous Joel Edgerton is. He's now a director, he's actor, director, producer. You know, he's brought out the movie like The Gift. If you haven't seen that, go and check that out, because that is an incredible movie. Far out, that's good. Oh, he's rolling that. It's so creepy. But this movie, guys, you don't understand. You do not understand. Straight off the bat, his accent, because of the fact that he's wearing sunnies, as I said, Joel Edgerton in this movie is wearing an Adidas jumpsuit, a black Adidas jumpsuit. When you see it, you'll know. If those of you who haven't seen it, those of you who are going to see it, seriously, that's Joel Edgerton. That is Joel Edgerton, okay? Seriously. So you see him, and his accent is that on point. It is that ridiculously, hilariously brilliant that you're literally watching him, and I didn't realize it was him until he took his sunglasses off. And then I was like, I literally, as Craig Stevenson was saying, I just didn't, I literally was just like, what is happening right now? What is happening right now? Like, are you serious? Now, this is another thing, okay? No spoilers. But when he's back in the room, he doesn't say anything. And I clicked what was happening. I clicked on what I'm watching, because what I realized what I was watching was so messed up. And this isn't a spoiler. This is just a reference. Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. Yes. Hannibal Lecter. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. When you see the film, you'll be like, oh, no. Honestly. The Hannibal Lecter element. Wow. And then... Oh my gosh, I can't even talk this movie up anymore. I really cannot talk this movie up high enough. I can't wait to watch it again. I really can't wait to watch it again. This is so well executed. So well executed. Oh my gosh, this movie is incredible. So for anyone who's been following me for any period of time, first of all, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. One, to all my amazing subscribers. You guys are incredible. I value your subscription so much. Honestly, I can't even begin to tell you how much I value your subscription. I genuinely appreciate it so much. And because you guys are amazing, I love giving you guys trivia, because trivia is just awesome, and it tells you stuff about the movie that you didn't know, and it's never a spoiler, and it just really makes you go, oh, seriously? Wow, I never would have known that about that movie, or never would have even thought to check that out about that movie. So guess what time it is, guys? Yay! Trivia time! All the conversations by Agent Curtis and Rayata and Ryan Reynolds in the surveillance van scene were all improvised. How cool is that? Next piece of trivia is, guys, After filming their scene together, Ben Affleck remarked to Joe Cunahan about Chris Pine, "If I could take 10% of what I'm going to earn in my career, if bet on anybody, I'd bet on that kid." How cool is that? Next piece of trivia is, guys, the shot with Ben Affleck in the bar where he sinks the 8 ball and continue with his monologue took over 20 shots, mainly because Affleck couldn't make the shot. When he finally did make the shot, he couldn't say his lines because he was laughing so hard about finally making it. Next piece of trivia is, guys, writer and director Joe Cunahan needed to fill the role of a speed freak neo-Nazi when he fired Michael Shannon for being rude to a costume designer. Within 10 seconds of Chris Pine starting his audition, Cunahan was sold. Next piece of trivia is, guys, in a rare speaking event, filmmaker Terrence Malick has stated that this film is so well directed that it became one of his favorite films of all time. Makes so much sense. Next piece of trivia is, guys, feature film debut of Alicia Keys. Next piece of trivia is feature film debut of Common. Next piece of trivia is final film of Joe Ruskins. He died on December 28th, 2013 at the age of 89. Next piece of trivia is, guys, director cameo Joe Cunahan when Jack Dupree, Ben Affleck, is talking Buddy Israel in Jeremy in bank robbery. It shows a robbery going on. For a split second, you see a man with a beard and sunglasses leaning his back on a truck, yelling out and holding a machine gun. This is Cunahan. Next piece of trivia is, guys, Chris Pine plays neo-Nazi Jarwin Tremor. In real life, he's actually of Jewish descent. How crazy is that? Next and final piece of trivia is, guys, the song in the final credit scene is Play Your Cards Right by Common, who also stars in the film. Guys, you guys are amazing for sticking around with me. Seriously, I appreciate it so much. If you haven't already, go and check out or buy Smokin Aces. I promise you, seriously, you'll thank me. Leave your comments in the comment section below if you've seen it. If you have seen it already, leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear back from you. What did you think about Smokin Aces? Do you love it as much as me? And while you're down there, if you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. That'd be amazing. And while you're down there, click that thumbs up button and click that bell for notifications. That way when I drop anything, guys, it'll be yours straight away. I really, really appreciate that. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And until my next movie review, don't forget who's bringing this movie review for Smokin Aces, guys. This is Superman Steve, guys.